ropeable and feeling robbed.
I think they're just getting desperate, aren't they? Yeah, and they need everybody's money.
Like many Australian taxpayers, Bronwyn Locke relies on her annual refund to get by.
You'll set that aside, and tax time always comes around rates time and things like that. So you do put money aside for it.
This year, instead of a bonus, the Perth business owner was hit with a massive bill.
Then all of a sudden I had a bill and no tax return.
Bronwyn was expecting a return of a few $1,000s. Instead, this letter from the tax office stated that an original pay-as-you-go debt that was waived in 2008 had now resurfaced. Deemed uneconomical to pay at the time, the taxation office says the recovery of the debt was now considered viable.
They did admit that they waived it, and then, oh no, now we're going to re-raise it.
Bronwyn says she's not only surprised by the 7-year delay, but she's horrified the money was immediately taken out of her refund.
It's like you're being robbed, and you think, come on, you know, like, they didn't give me a letter of time to pay.
A lot of people out there are desperate, and their tax refund sets them free.
Perth accountant Warren Kruger says the tax department is going over old tax returns.
The tax office as well have written off bad debts in the past, and all of a sudden they re-raise them and hijack the refunds.
From overpayments to family benefits to New Start debts, Warren says it can all come back to haunt you.
Debts that come back from nowhere, tax agents have no knowledge of this either.
In a written statement from the Australian Taxation Office,
we do not comment on individual cases, but advise if a debt becomes uneconomical to pursue, it may still be owed, and any future income tax refund or activity statement credit may be used to reduce it.
For those without a Centrelink history, you could be in the firing line for claiming expenses you weren't entitled to.
The tax office, in most cases, deems you to have done it intentionally.
According to Warren, every occupation has a limit of what is considered a reasonable amount to claim for work-related expenses. Go over that by 5% and you'll raise a red flag.
They get knocked back and fined because of that particular error.
The Australian Taxation Office contacts more than 350,000 people each year with errors in their returns and says you'll only be penalised if you have a poor lodgement history or more than one tax return outstanding.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
For those claiming self-education expenses, they must be directly related to your current work activities. According to Warren, it's a grey area catching people out.
Enrolled nurses, they are working, doing nursing work, but again, only a qualified nurse is allowed to do nursing work.
Then there are overdue fees, $180 for every month your return is late. But the tax office says if you let it know your circumstances, it won't be so harsh.
They have got their feelers in every single department of your life.
Across the board, Warren's best advice is not to spend your return before you have it in your hand.
Their tax refund is their financial security for the rest of the year.
Well, the bills are going to have to wait.
And experts advise that if you're unsure about doing your tax online, seek professional advice. Still to come on today's